Young Brutus.
Stroppy Jalopy.
Nervous?
No.
Not at all. Want to get it out and get it angry.
2016.
In the orchard.
Muddy, muddy, muddy.
Stroppy Jalopy. We're gonna knock you out.
I basically decided a couple of years ago that I'd start throwing a bit of an event rather than the show and shine and all the formal sort of stuff. I wanted to get out in a paddock and run amok. I'd been to the mud run a couple of times and enjoyed that. Those guys, the Devils, put on an awesome show. And look, out here, this is what we done in our childhood. We got in the paddock out here, we jumped in our paddock bashes and we ran amok. So just basically stemmed from that, decided there's not much happening around this part of the world. Like central New South Wales, there's nothing really. So I figured that we'll put an event together and run amok on the farm.
Whoa, here I go, I'm on the road again. No destination, 10 hours ahead. Oh, I like it. This is the night for it. I hear her cry for it. I hear the sirens calling me. Don't hold on me now, I've been something. The oil's down and the water's low, but my mind is rolling high. I hear shots, call the meat wagon. What's playing, feel the tires, hobbies up ahead. Broadside, well, across the line, a near miss instead. Oh, I like it. This is the night for it. She looked at me from across the motel bed. It was the last thing that she said. I couldn't leave her alone. I had a solution of my own. I backed out of the door. I heard her calling off the road. We got a situation. 10-4 to burn it. What's your 20? get back. Whoa, here I go. I'm on the road again. Unknown destination, a time that never ends. You better call a meat wagon. Get back, eat toppy. Do we have the perpetrator? Thank you. Yeah.
Pretty good for $200. Still have fuel problems, but we'll sort that out.
Morning. It's a 38 Ford truck. It came off my wife's great grandfather's farm. It was going to scrap metal, so I actually saved it from the scrap. It's basically built on a budget of beg, borrow or steal. So if I could steal anything, I'd use it. Cheap as possible. The old flathead was seized. Pulled her apart, rebuilt it, and just, you know, reused all the head gaskets and things like that. It's got a 202 automatic gearbox. Valiant diff, I-beam front end out of a Ford. It's mix match, yeah, for sure. Valiant seat that's been cut in half and welded back together, and meant to look like an old traditional style, but with a rat rod character. This is also one of our favourites. It's too close to home to miss, so we only got 2-hour drive, and yeah, we poked up, finished the car last night, hoping to get here last night, but didn't, but got here this morning. But you know, it's safe from scrap. That's basically the story of it. It's made of all different pieces and actually got to create something. It mightn't be the best thing going around. It blows smoke and carries on and runs terrible, but you know, it's here.
Oh, when the sun goes down, the moon comes out. Well, I turn to a teenage youth. Who's in the ceiling and I roam the street? 'Cause I'm looking for something better. What's doing it? You better do it.
as a kid there was hot rods cruising around town and that sort of stuff. So you see them and that's what you grow up with and that's what you fall in love with. So yeah, we've had some pretty nice cars come out of town, and there's still an awful lot of nice cars around. So car culture out here in the country is pretty big.
We've been coming to events like this for a fair few years, and our mates have got the Model A Jalopys, so we hang out with them. And Benny, our drummer, he's got a Triumph which broke down on the way, so we had to pick him up. So we're really keen on all of that, but at the same time, as far as I can see, everyone with their cars, it's like they're in a band as well. So an event like this is really exciting and cool because everyone's got their own thing. They're all, you got your crew of mates and your machine, or in our case the band, and we're all putting something together, and it's entertaining for everybody. So everyone's rocking up with their own band in a way, which I really like. But we play rock and roll in a very deliberate way. I mean, we've really drilled that rock and roll from the 60s and 50s. We play with equipment that is not especially vintage, but we don't have overbearing effects and all that kind of stuff, so we try and keep it true to form. Similar to the cars, it just comes together for us. It seems to make sense, and everyone has a good time. We make a racket. We're not being contrived or pretentious about music or the style, but at the same time being deliberate in eliminating certain things. And in any case, something can be cool from something together, whether it's a car or a bike or a rock and roll band, and it somehow comes together, and it's hard to put your finger on why, but at the same time we have made a real deliberate effort to drill this music and deliver it in an authentic way. We just live it, I suppose. So it comes from our lives, and it sort of permeates your whole world, really. Rob plays bass. We met each other 20 years ago in Wagga Wagga. We kind of grew up around that area, and so we've known each other for a long, long time. And then we formed a band after we met each other and bumped into each other again in Canberra. We met each other at a pizza shop. Rob was wearing his Cramps shirt, and we just went, we just got to play. I'd already been putting that same music together with some other people, and saxophone as well, which was neat. And now we've got Benny playing drums with us, and his nickname is Benny Chop. He chops bikes, and we just have a really great time. And even just hanging out together, we really enjoy each other's company, and want to make cool music. And fans and friends who dig it, and we couldn't be stoked.
base. I guess you'd say out of Wagga, but we're pretty much spread from Oberon through to Rutherglen. We've got guys in Junee, Cooter, Coolman, Temora. So we're fairly widespread, but I think the bulk of us are Riverina based. I think we started in about 2010. It just started off with a couple of blokes I was working with, get together, and there's guys I knew from around the traps that I thought I'd introduce them to. So we started a Facebook page, and which was the start of the Junkers basically, which helped a few guys meet other guys, and then from there it just grew and it's just become friends of friends, and yeah, we've just gone from there. I think we've got 17 members now, so it's going pretty good. We dabble in street machines, hot rods and customs. We've kind of got a bit of everything. I think most guys come from that hot roddy street rod background. We've got a few customs that are being built at the moment, but yeah, we've got drag cars, and we've had a couple of guys who've got a bit of speedway experience and drag racing experience, so we've got a good mix of rods, customs, street machines, a bit of everything. A few Aussie classics in there too, early Tiranas and a few early Commodores and things. Yeah, the only problem with being out here is so far spread. We have to travel a fair way to come to things like Leeton. We try and get down to Chopped and places like that, but most of the car shows are more where the population is, so we find ourselves travelling a lot, which is good though because we enjoy the actual run. But we're all keen, we're all about the road trip, so I think that actually helps. We love getting out there, and we usually go for a 3 or 4 day stint, and everyone hooks in and goes for a good drive and have a few beers. And just in the last probably year, there's actually a monthly meet which has started happening in Wagga. It just happens at the local Masters car park, and everyone just cruises in and cruises out. But before that, there wasn't a whole lot of street cruise and that sort of stuff going on. So that was another reason why the club was good. We'd just organise things on weekends and just go for a drive, and take the wife and kids for a spin. And I've noticed events like this starting to pop up, and this is its third year. And you look at the crowd this year, it's probably I'd have to have doubled since it first started. So people are, once they start seeing what's going on, people are getting more interested. And I think the low buck sort of projects have made a big comeback. So people are putting things together for not all that much money. We're pretty lucky with our club because a few of us are actually sign riders by trade, so that whole art side of it comes into it a lot too, and music too. It all goes hand in hand. So I think if you like one, the others aren't too far behind. So.
ladies and gentlemen.